Hello everyone, and welcome to a series of Suzerain. Now, voiced, even. So yeah, you get that. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a lot longer, because I'm gonna be reading a lot of it out loud. So there's that. I don't know, maybe it'll do better in the algorithm, or something. Because it has audio. More than just music. But yeah. It's gonna be voiced. Not sure what I'm going for. But yeah. You open your eyes to this world, you came from a wealthy family in the city of Lockhaven. Your parents named you Anton. As a city of it. Good start. As the only child of a successful businessman, you had a chance to grow up in a wealthy family. Life was easy at first, and you had the best education money could afford. However, things inside the Rain family changed due to the absence of your father. This affected your mother and you negatively. Years passed. During a history class at school, the bell started to ring unexpectedly. You heard a loud commotion outside. As everyone tried to figure out what was going on, the principal announced the historic revolution. The kingdom was no more. The Republic of Sordland was born. You were somewhat worried. Months after the Republic was proclaimed, life around you changed. You watched friends and family face uncertainty, economic hardship, scattered unrest, and resistance from those tied to the old order. In their struggle, there's new... It's a new choice. Envied those who escaped it all and wished for an easier path. Saw both pain and perseverance and saw balance between the two, felt the weight they carried and chose the shoulder even more. I'll choose that one. After graduating, you passed the university exam with high marks. You had the opportunity to choose between civil studies. You chose economics at the Lockhaven Business School. During your first year, you attended a lecture with David Wissy. That's not an L. So it would be David? I'm still gonna call him Delvid, for no reason. Wissy. He was a well-known diplomat from the foreign ministry and a son of the president. After observing the hall in silence, he explained why a market economy is a better option for Sordland. He argued for a system where the prices for goods and services are determined by the open market. You agreed in principle. Soldiers entered the campus in the evening ahead of the first election. Many were in shock as uniformed men created a security cordon and started arresting the teachers. A group of students started gathering in protest. Along with your friend Peter Vector, you decided to protest with the students. One of the officers made a loud announcement that echoed through the campus. General Suzerain declared martial law in order to restore the administration. Please stand back and disperse to your rooms. You joined the students that slowly marched towards a large group of soldiers. Suddenly, the soldiers charged. But one student fell and was trampled as everybody started running away. You held your ground. The soldiers beat you relentlessly. It was a gloomy year. The majority of the students and teachers displayed their opposition. Thus, Lockhaven had become a target for the military regime. You didn't want to stay idle, so you decided to join. I don't remember the effects of this one. A student council. The council was focused on increasing the student involvement in the campus along with partaking in a budget. Through active participation, you gained budget management and leadership skills. In one of the meetings, Peter Vectorn introduced you to a classmate of his, Monica. You were immediately attracted to her diligence. She mentioned to you that she was a volunteer for the Sordis League of Women, an organization campaigning for women's rights. You told her you wholeheartedly supported her cause. The politically charged environment led you to join. Stay away from any political organization. The radio relayed that the communist General Vickard surrounded Luder and his troops, demanding their surrender. They refused, and heavies fighting broke out across the country. You couldn't believe it. The army was fighting amongst themselves. Sordland plunged into chaos. The clashes escalated into a full-blown civil war. The horrors made you isolate yourself for a while. Monica helped you cope, and love grew between the two of you. However, it was a difficult time for love. The chaos had to end. The charismatic Colonel, Tarquin Sol, orchestrated a sudden attack on the capital, where the Lutheranist and Ricardist force were battling each other. He defeated both, ending the war. A new constitution was written, and the military government began efforts to restore stability. Many saw the colonel as a savior. He formed a united Sordland party and ran as a presidential candidate. In the first ever single-party elections, he voted for the United Sordland Party. The USP won the election by a wide margin. The military government announced a 4-year restoration period to transform to an entirely civilian government. After graduation, you kept seeing Monica. You were both interested in marrying and starting a family. However, a letter arrived from the military calling you to fulfill your compulsory service. It was time to serve your national duty. The devastating civil war from neighboring Welland quickly turned into a proxy war between regional and world powers. The distinguished General Iosef Lancia ordered you to lead your squad on a border patrol mission. It was a very cold winter night when you began marching out of Gumman Outpost. You could see your breath. After several hours of marching through the snowy hills, distant noises were heard. Visibility was too low to confirm the source, so the squad crawled forward in formation and found a spot to observe. A group of refugees had made it beyond the border fence. You let them slip through. After the patrol, Major Lancia arrived with anger. It immediately relieved you of your command, calling you a disappointment. One of your squad members had reported your actions. After several months of scrubbing the floors as a punishment, your duties ended and you went back to civilian life. You and Monica decided to share your lives together. After receiving the blessing of her parents, the ceremony was held in Holstord. During the same year, you worked hard to secure a high-paying job within the United Sordland Party. It is much more difficult to start your career on a good foot because of your refugee incident, but you still managed. It was the best opportunity to change the country for the better. You became the economics assistant to one of the more experienced members of the Assembly. You worked long and hard, investigating hundreds of pages of economic reports late into the night. You were climbing the ladder. Tarquin Sol gave amnesty to the remaining factions of civil war and chose de-escalation and appeasement. The institutions and symbols of the former kingdom were slowly replaced. His government launched several new initiatives, such as the citizen-funded bills program to revitalize the economy, a social labor initiative to help rebuild and improve society, and a large stay-in project to solve the energy crisis. The first multi-party elections in the history of Sordland were held. Tarquin Sol was elected once more. The new 5-year plan and subsequent financial work put you under a lot of pressure. but your significant contribution to the economic strategy triggered an invitation to meet President Tarquin Sol himself, who offered you a key position. You were to become the youngest member of Assembly. Be accepted right away. As the youngest MP, it was difficult to connect with the influential inner circle. You needed allies, so you brought on Peter Vector as your right-hand man. The birth of your son, Fog, provided a brief moment of joy and relief. You sacrificed work to spend time with your family. During your absence, Peter Vector found trustworthy contacts and strengthened your position in the party. At the same time, President Sol increased his authority over the years. His growing ego started to cause strife within the USP. The cracks began to show. President Sol barely secured a majority in the election against the opposition leader. Over the next year, the Swordist people grew increasingly discontent with corruption and the worsening quality of life. Economic growth was slowing down. Meanwhile, calls for a United Sordland Party Congress became louder as a leadership struggle started to brew. You joined the internal opposition. You gave your support to Ewald Alfonso, a reformist and talented business magnate who was the main contender for party leadership. Meanwhile, in a desperate effort to secure votes before Congress, President Sol was meeting party members one by one, but he didn't approach you. The Congress was nothing short of impressive. The banners of the United Sordland Party were decorating every possible spot. Thousands of influential political figures, lobbyists, and benefactors gathered for this turning point. Voting for party leadership began. You voted for Ewald Alfonso. The efforts bore fruit. His contentious leadership vote was won by Ewald Alfonso. During the Congress, Tarquin Sol announced he would retire from politics at the end of his term and appointed Alfonso as vice president. You knew the structure he had established was to say the country had become increasingly authoritarian. You were happy that Sol was finally leaving. A month later, your daughter was born. Monica named her Tina. She motivated you during a tumultuous period in the party. As VP and leader of the USP, Ewald Alfonso began dismantling the old organizations and structures established by the USP, such as the State Educators Corp and the Sordland State Corporation bills. The general elections were approaching. The United Sordland Party was under new leadership. You joined the party effort and campaigned for him. During the general elections, the main opposition leader was embroiled in a sex scandal with his secretary. He was replaced by the more popular figure, Franz Richter, but the damage had been done. The new economic policies and extensive privatization program proposed by Ewald Alfonso secured an election victory for the United Sordland Party. Over the following years, you did your best in order to make Sordland a better place. The presidency of Alfonso saw many bold reforms in government and the laws and advancement of liberal democratic values. He valued your support throughout. However, due to infighting and disorganization, continental economic tensions, and fast-track privatization, it was followed by a severe economic recession. The other parties announced their bids for the 1953 election, but the unfair election system hampered opposition efforts to campaign. You were worried about the economic recession. With Peter's help, you were present in the USP grew. The two of you worked long nights together. He flipped opponents to your side. You became the face of a new wing of the party. Step by step, with adequate planning, your wing took over the leadership as President Alfonso lost control of the country. Your moment had come to make a move. You advised Alfonso to step down. He listened to your advice. Alfonso conceded leadership struggle, and the party eventually voted you in because of your indisputable influence. Following this, you announced that you would be running for president in a general election with Peter as your running mate. It was your turn. Sneezing. Anyways. After visiting every city and town during the campaign, you made a speech on state television. You promised to enact democratic reforms. The people are tired of empty promises. We need fundamental change in our institutions and government. A solid and transparent democracy awaits us. Brothers and sisters, a new constitution and a new age is upon us. The broadcast ended. On election day, millions of people went out to cast their votes. It was time to face the truth. And there we go. Swift 16 minutes reading the prologue. This could be longer than I thought. We'll go with a generic name. Okay, as for promises, we'll go market economy. Where do I want to align? I think we'll remain neutral. We'll see. I don't think this matters enough to make a huge difference. But yeah, just remain neutral. Retain relaxed immigration. Their term focused will be... Oh, I didn't think of that. That's why. I was thinking for reforms, yeah, education, we'll go with that. We're not going to be able to privatize much, that's going to be the thing. If we try to get both wings of the party to support it. 2 weeks had passed since we won the election. I was about to be sworn in. Thousands were cheering my name. The die was cast. Family, key people. Ewald Alfonso, Tarquin Sol, didn't arrive, so on his island. Or so Hawker, Chief Justice. Time for the oath has come. I'm ready. Please repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will respectfully execute the office of the President of Sordland, and to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the people and Constitution of the Republic of Sordland. And I can deliver my speech. Let's begin. Brothers and sisters, so let's talk about dire situation. We're in a recession. Oh, we only start with 5? What did I do wrong? Why do I only have 5? That's terrifying. What did I do wrong? I only have 5. I thought you started with 7 in this update. What did I do? Terrifying. Okay. We're entering economic hardship like never before. If we stand together, we prevail. We'll stop the recession, eliminate poverty. We won't do that, because I suck. But, sir, change now. Wave. It's Surge, generic. Well, not really generic. The subjective good guy. Nice to meet you, Surge. It's an honor. We're going towards Palace. Very pretty Moon Palace. Every time I look at it, I'm reminded of the duty to this nation. So do I, Surge. It's the beating heart of the nation after all. Well said, Mr. President. Victor insisto. Congratulations with Magnolia. ATO for human rights. Barbary has an investment issue. Holserd has logistical effort issues. General Staff Gallers in Holsterward. Port of Lockvin is less important. Ackland has low production. Prime Minister Alvarez congratulates us. Chancellor Hegel congratulates us. We're going to be making enemies with him. Smolak congratulates us. And that's it. It's going to be campaign bill. I'm president, cool. Tusk wants to end Solonomics and restructure infrastructure. New Assembly, and the Radical doesn't like the USP's in power. Okay. Political situation. We did it, we won. Thanks, Peter. He's an interesting person. Yeah, thanks, Peter. Secretary is gorgeous. Oh, thanks. Great. Not the time to celebrate, we have work to do, Peter. Alright, let's go. I hope things are looking good for reform. And here's Lucian. Exactly on time. Glad to see you, Lucian. Lucian? Yeah. Let's be here, sir. Current situation. Bunch of people demand change. Economics, a slightly bigger issue. Both of them are large issues. Bernard Circus? Something interesting will happen to him soon. We have communist. We need to reform. I'm trying to get a good economic ending, but I get the idea that's not gonna happen. Yeah. Party must fall in line with our position. We can't have a strong divide. They want lesser vetoes, independent Supreme Court. No. I support the reformists. Old Guard will do its best to preserve the Constitution. On a side note, you saw my last run, I did, like a lot of security and anti-corruption police. I don't think I'm gonna do that this time around. I don't think so. Because that costs a lot of money, and I don't have it. We'll break the power of the Supreme Court one way or the other. We can't allow obstructionists to exist. We have a majority, but not a supermajority, or 2/3 majority. It's not a supermajority. More democratic constitution with the reformists. No longer vote on constitutional amendments, no absolute veto. Yeah, let's work with the reformists. Oligarchs. Open to talk with businessmen. I'm aware of Mr. Conti's wide network. That could come in handy. You be careful with him. Tread carefully. Don't ignore the military. I haven't got cooed. I don't know how you do. It might be giving away to Suzerain. That might be how you get cooed. And doing all the other things I do. I don't want to die in prison like Artur S. Wissy did. That's not an easy name to pronounce. First president in the original republic. Iosif Lancia is more loyal than General Krieger. Right, there you go. Man, I'm not gonna make it very far. Okay. This is not gonna go far. Gonna be a lot of episodes. But yeah. Economic situation. Lilius. This is a person of all time. Lilius is a person of all time. And Gus are arguing about Agland or Sword and Gelsland areas. I never knew why he's Minister of Rural Development when he's like an economic guy and he's like a big business guy. I never knew why he's a rural guy. Anyways. What's the debate about? Disagreement in internal economic strategy. Let's begin the presentation. Let's go ahead. And Simon's an awkward nerd. Cool. Wait, don't yawn. Bureaucracy, yada yada. Recession. We are an economist, so it's good. What's the status of recession? Minus 6% in the past year. We've dropped about a third of our GDP per capita. Terrifying. Unemployment and inflation. 16% inflation, 16% unemployment, 10% inflation. GDP and debt. It's like 75% debt to GDP. Oh, or no. It's like 133% debt to GDP. Who are we? The United States? Anyways, all the information needed, let's move on to the economic strategy. What path will we take? Humanity in the 20th century is driving because of the rule of supply and demand. No chaotic financial plan or economic plan. Time will show if staying neutral will work out. Let's do a market economy. Here's what we'll do. Economic policy is free market. I've said that backwards. Something like Yoda. Anyways. Yeah, there you go. Meeting on media strategy. Fire broke out at HSU. Tell me more. The Swordist FBI was called. And saying so much knowledge was lost. I'm in the aqua. Anyways. Yeah, fire. This was a certain someone. They learn by doing the anti-corruption police. It's a cool path. And Marcel wants to meet with us. Why is Conrad sending his son? Because he died. What does productive collaboration entail? He has control over the media. Media must be independent. Media is a good thing to have on your side, but two wrongs don't make a right. Hard to forget what happened to Alfonso. Please come in. Via Suno, allegedly. Marcel is on the line. I'll talk to him. Phone me ringy. It's a pleasure, Mr. Calanti. The pleasure is all mine. I know your time is valuable, so I will not waste any of it. I was just elected CEO of HOS, or Heart of Sordland. Has a bunch of, hotels and stuff, and then controls a lot of the media. My strategy in the running of this conglomerate will be different than my father's approach. This is why I am offering a partnership deal regarding our media events. I would like to formally invite you to my resort near TacocaT for a meeting to discuss the details. Thanks for the offer. I would be interested in the meeting. You will not be disappointed, I promise. Well then, I will let you return to your packed schedule. See you later, Mr. President. See you later, Mr. Calanti. I hung up the phone, but we have a meeting. But see you soon, gentlemen. Tourism, gas field, nature, civic maintenance, Tourism Act, a lot of wine, a lot of employment, a lot of homelessness, bad infrastructure, police report, 55% reformist support. NFP is not going to go along with us. I feel like NFP is just the generic bad guy. Like, objective bad guy. The Swordist FBI joins fire investigation. Our infrastructure still sucks. Our agriculture exports are growing. Kaiwoot. I don't know which one this resembles. I forget where UN meetings are usually held. But they hold the UN. Is it Switzerland? Maybe. Vizia, congratulations, election victory. Thanks, Vizia. CSP is doing stuff. Falcon Dam is doing worse. And that's it. Alright. News, tourism, Karate died, fire, economy meeting, Armadine Industries is doing good. I think we invest in them now. Gasm stops hiring, cold temperatures, big ball, not that one, other, anyways, Alfonso leaves the Laufenberg group of oligarchs, and young swords are beating people. Okay. Cool. Veto the campaign finance bill. Like infrastructure, yes. I'm gonna go broke very fast. Terrifying. What do? We do not the highway to Vale. What can we focus on? Heed the calls of our businesses in these days of recession. Must improve the economy. L1 high-speed rail. Agreed to superpowers have led away with their high-quality technology. We gotta keep up. Upgrade the rail line to a high-speed one. It goes from Holsword to Enrica to Gilsword to Lockhaven. Like the little areas in the middle. Lilia subjects. I've settled on the decision. L1 high-speed rail. Thanks. Right, and is this the ball? No, okay. Quickly invest 3,000 shares, or buy 3,000 shares. Yeah, okay, so this is the end of turn 1, so this will be the last part of the episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed so far. Yeah, it's an inaugural ball. Mom said it's time to go. Hello, darling, I'm ready. Where's your brother? Funk is still upstairs. Darling, Funk, it's time. Monica came down the stairs. Hugger. Monica, my love, you look as gorgeous as day we married. Funk complains such thing as his. Tuxedo. Terrifying. Are you good to go? Soon it'll be over. Presidential guards are around us. Unfortunately, yes, I can't leave her side until my term ends. You'll get used to it. Dad, do I have to go? I'm nervous myself, Funk, but I feel a lot more confident with my son by my side. Let's go. I was wondering if I made the right choice. Tina's gonna help us fix everything, don't worry. Let's just enjoy the night. Surge appearance. Anyways, you're here, sir. Hope you enjoyed the drive. Thank you. Goodbye, sir. Something interesting is about to happen, and it's not this. The SBC, I think that's owned by... I think that's Kvanti. But yeah. Do plan on working together. Not gonna talk policies. That was a misclick. Anyways. We'll do our job no matter what. I'll use my veto if it goes against interest of our democracy and, vetoing the campaign finance bill. That's all the questions. Here's Peter Victor. I never noticed. Yeah. His name's Peter Victory. It's like Kanye. Are you getting any wiser, Peter? Anyways. Thanks, Evelyn. Something interesting happens. Not particularly soon. Hope you showed the same enthusiasm on the job. That's my wife, never content to be just a pretty face. Let's go to the ballroom. Move to the ballroom. If I have to take another hand again. Huh. Interesting. That's the interesting thing that happens here, in case you're wondering. Ta-da! Terrifying. Gunshots. See old Monica and the kids. Never say come. Carl Greaser. Check the perimeter, please. Situation's under control. What a night. Psst, not now, Peter. Peter's being a loudmouth. Anyways, emergency room. Not that one, the other one. Are we under attack? Who's attacking us? What is going on? We're not in danger. We're not circus. The communist MP was murdered by a young Swords member. It was also organized by a certain someone, and you only find out if you do the anti-corruption police. So there's that. What have we gotten ourselves into? Certainly something. Oh, we have to post meeting. Okay. Yeah. Shot dead. Famous communist. And he spats it out with some distaste. Which is weird. Like, I never got it because, like, Lilius is like the libertarian socialist. Which isn't that far from communism. Anyways. It's a young sword that murdered him. MP shot near the palace. That's absolutely unacceptable. Political violence, yada yada. We must protect freedom of speech. I also, and Lilius promised to help. It is political though, the killing. I don't mind. Joseph. He's cool. Just loyal and respects the country. Although he does constantly ask me to up the military budget. Have to keep internal stability. We'll make it through this and deliver our promises. Cool. security increased. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this episode. After a murder, and yeah. That'll be it. Hope you enjoyed. I think I'll try to make this a daily thing. Probably gonna take a break in like a couple weeks, so there might only be every couple days. We'll see how it works out. Anyways, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.